What's up, everybody? Welcome to Courtesy Violation.
Disc Golf Podcast.
Yes, big week. The
Big.
biggest week of the year.
It is.
It's World's Week.
It is World's Week, and you're going to Worlds.
I'm going. I'm leaving pretty soon.
Pretty soon. I'm probably going to be there on the weekend because, man, if I don't, it may be a while before I get to go again.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going next year.
No.
So it's only about 5 hours away. That's
Got to.
best opportunity to go to a Worlds
Yes,
event
maybe ever.
would be this year.
Maybe
Yeah.
ever.
Unless they have it in Tennessee someday.
Which is
But-
possible.
Sure.
I mean, they put in that other course at MCO.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. And people would fucking be irate because I've realized people hate that course.
They do, yeah.
They hate
I think-
MCO.
And also, I think that maybe we just were so stoked to be at a Pro Tour event that I love. I mean, I was like, this is fucking great.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
and
I
also-
enjoyed it.
I mean, maybe the layout isn't the best,
Sure.
but
But usually,
the event in all is pretty awesome. A great turnout. Like, there's a lot of good things about it for sure.
yeah. And that's the reason that there's these pop-up events basically, so they can have plenty of parking and spectatorship.
room, yeah.
So what's that going to look like at New London? Do you think?
It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for sure. The spectating's definitely going to be the hardest there for GA for sure. Like, if I had GA, it'd be tough.
Yeah.
You know, New London's going to be tough on the general.
You didn't basic bitch
mission.
at this go around.
No, I for sure got VIP, and that is the reason
Yeah.
that I wanted to get VIP is because I'm afraid that at New London it's going to be tough to
Yeah.
see anything.
Sure.
Like not a whole lot of room
A lot
there.
of trees
so,
there.
Yeah,
Um,
not a whole lot of room. So
You get to wear the
Ivy.
lanyard.
Ivy's going to be great for spectators. Like it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
That
it looks beautiful.
And
too.
we'll get into that. We're going to do a little Worlds preview, and then probably jump into a little bit of disc golf gossip.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, some companies kind of railing some of their players,
Bet you
supposedly.
Supposedly,
We-
this is all hearsay.
Yeah, everything's hearsay.
Yeah. I mean, it's all like, and what's funny too is with it being disc golf, like there's not a bunch of articles printed about this, just places that you can find or anything, or there's really no way to confirm a lot of this. So it's just like, well, he said on a Facebook post,
Yeah,
or he commented on a disc golf scene
yeah.
thing. So it's all, you have to really put like puzzle pieces together to build whatever narrative you want. And then people are already to like picking sides.
Oh yeah, I picked my side from the get.
It's fun too. You know?
I was like, I don't care if what's true and what's not true. I'm going with this guy.
Yeah, for sure. And what he was saying, fuck Lone Star.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Bacon from Tennessee Twos actually said something good. It's about this. He said, he's like, disc golf's a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no. It's such a small community. It's like living in a small town, dude.
Yeah.
You can't, you can't bullshit your way out, or sometimes you can't even tell the truth and get out of
Right.
what people assume. You know what I mean?
But I found it also hard to find all of the fucking information sometimes. Like, there'll be some stuff I'm like, man, you really got to be following all of these people to get all the information that's coming forth.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that was screenshot and posted and stuff about it, but we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
We got to do Worlds previews first.
Worlds
It's
first.
the biggest thing going on. I'm super excited about going.
Yes.
Got some really rad courses that the best previews I've seen so far are Ezra and Goose.
Yes.
They did both of them, and they did really good. Like,
I didn't watch. I watched a little bit of it, but I watched a little bit of Ivy Hills, and that course.
it's gonna be amazing.
It's huge.
Yeah.
What is it?
it's-
Almost 12,000 feet. What
yeah,
was it?
I've got the little.
Was it
notes
12,000?
here.
No, way off.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
it's close to it's close.
Too damn far from me.
It's like 11. The Innova course, it's the Innova course is at Ivy Hills. They're the ones that's sponsoring that course, and it is 11,794 feet for MPO
yeah.
and 10,372 feet for FPO.
It's not
It's a
terribly
par
short.
67 for the MPO and par 69 for the FPO.
My only question is, why is it so long?
A lot of
they
it's
make the hole
downhill
so
though,
long?
dude. Like a lot of it is downhill. Like
Every hole's downhill.
a lot of them,
Just
yes,
starts up here.
dude. I'm not even joking.
I know. Hole 1 is off a cliff.
Almost every hole looks like a signature hole.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. It's beautiful, man. It's gonna be tough. There's a lot of well, of course, there's a lot of OB because it's a golf course. It's a hybrid course, whatever you want to call it. So they have to put in OB because there's not much natural. But on this course, which you've heard people talking about it, they've got a lot of like hazards.
Yeah.
Where it causes people to either play the shot different, like lay up in some spots, try to have to get over the hazard, and it'll play like any hazard where you take a stroke penalty and play from your lie.
Sure.
But there's a few holes. Hole 4 is the first one that has the hazard, and I got a picture if you want to look at it. It plays. There's open to the left, but there's hazard to the right, and it's almost you can either try to clear the hazard to get to the green, or you can play safer to your left. But
right.
The green's not very deep, and you got OB behind you, and then hazard in the front, and OB to the right. So it's a really cool looking hole.
Sure. And at 392 feet, you're going to see a lot of people go to the right side and test that hazard.
Yeah, and it's a little downhill too. Like
okay.
I think a lot of people will be throwing something slow and try to go straight at it, because even if you come up a little short, there's hay bales there that line the hazard. Even if you come up short and hit them hay bales or whatever, you're still going to be putting for par.
Right.
If you try to play it safe off to the left, you're probably going to end up a par regardless. So there's no benefit of playing safe. The only problem is if you go, if you play it safe and then go OB.
Yeah.
So it pretty much forces you to go for it. Because even if you go deep, you're still going to be putting.
Have a putt at it.
Yeah.
Pretty close to the
basket.
Well,
actually, if you go OB, you go to the drop zone, and it's a pretty good haul. So you'll end up out of position. So.
Oh, well, fuck.
Yeah,
we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, hole 4 is really cool. I got a couple holes here that I liked about Ivy Hills. On the hole 7, it's an island hole, super slanted, like straight towards the OB, straight towards the water. I'm really interested in see who decides to play the backhand turnover or the forehand.
Yeah,
because I want to see which spin they go for, because hitting that hill.
Is it left to right?
Okay, it would be slanted back towards left to right if you were looking at the green towards the water, more front to back.
Okay.
I mean, it's slanted
side to side.
Yeah, it's slanted pretty hardcore. Then hole 16 is a really cool hole. It also forces, which I think most of the MPO, if they got like enough power, they'll try to clear the. There's OB right in the middle.
Yeah, this is a 998 feet. Par 4.
It's downhill though.
Okay.
Like I said, most of these holes are. Some of these numbers are crazy. Like the distances are insane. Like 900.
Sure.
Par 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, with OB. But I think if they can beat that, like I think he beat it and still had like 660 foot downhill.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Holy shit. And then 17 is a really cool hole. It's just a overwater, really protected with these weeping willow trees. It's going to be tough, and there is a safe landing spot before the pond.
I see.
So I think some people, it's
laying it up.
It's going to be a cool hole. It's going to be a really cool hole when it comes down to a close score final round at Ivy, dude.
Yeah, the final round will be at Ivy Hills.
That's what's going to make that hole. The first 2 times they play there, it's going to be a cool hole.
Yeah.
That last round, if it's close, the strategy people are going to be taking, and if you go in the water, or if you go out OB anywhere, I hope I'm correct, and it doesn't matter where you go. I don't think it matters if you cross over. I think you have to go to the drop zone.
Oh, wow.
Even if you cross over the green. I probably should have read the caddy book a little bit better about that. I might be wrong.
Out.
But regardless, it's going to be a cool hole, especially if you were talking about a tied game or a 1 or 2 strokes. I mean, it's going to be exciting.
366 foot par 3 there.
Yeah, that's a short hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a short hole. And then 18's a super long, like 1078 par 5, which I think that there will, it's a good finishing hole. It's just Ivy Hills looks pretty fucking amazing, man.
I'm excited. From the little bit that I've seen of it, it does. Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a good old time.
Then Discraft, that's who's sponsoring New London Tech, and New London Tech. I'm sure they've probably seen more of it because it's been around. I mean, they have made some changes for Worlds. Like they took the OB off of 1, 2, and 3, the OB on the right, and a couple other things. But I think people have seen New London a little bit more. But it's a I don't know. Would you say it's W.R. Jackson ish? I mean,
yeah, I'm sure it will play similarly too, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool. It's a wooded course with pretty good sized fairways. But if you get off the fairway, very punishing.
Yeah.
I mean, all this stuff, it seems like it's what you'd say about W.R. Jackson, right? I mean,
right, definitely. And I'd seen somewhere where Paul said that when he designed it, he had in mind like to make holes that he had issues with in his game, or like to make it like hard on his game. And I'm like, well, if it's hard for him, it's probably hard for a lot of people.
Yeah. Now, New London, it is MPO par 68, 11,495 feet, which is so much in the woods. Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
That's a lot of feet in the woods.
That's a lot of feet. Yeah, that's a lot of feet. And the FPO is
once again, why? Why is it so long?
It's like, what'll make a wooded course hard? Making it super fucking long.
Double the size of the holes.
Yeah, it's gonna. But and then FPO is a par 69, 9,216 feet.
Par 69.
I mean, that's easy peasy for the FPO.
Sure.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing when they made it par. They're like, hey, let's make this in a par 4. And they're like, it's only 200 foot. And it's like, we got to get 69.
Yeah. For the ladies, 69.
we got to get 69, regardless of how much that this hole is.
Yeah. Anything. We'll take one out if we need to. We'll do something. We'll shorten one of the tee pads. Whatever we got to do.
I think some of the holes that I like, from watching coverage stuff, it's hole 7, which is 758 foot, par 5. Like almost your first shot, you kind of throw to a position, and then it's almost like a dog leg right, then dog legs back to the left. But your first shot, really, you're just trying to play for position, and then throw to your next shot, which makes it true par 5, even though it's only 758 feet,
Yeah.
That's
more my size par 5 right there.
yeah. It's funny because you got 900 foot par 4s over here at Ivy, and got 700 foot par 5s at New London. So
it is funny. Disc golf's a funny sport.
Hole 13. I mean, pretty much hole 13. I'll put a graphic up, but it's we all know why I like hole 13.
Oh, I can see now. I see why you like it. The shape of it is familiar and funny.
Yeah, and shout out to fucking Ezra. And you know what? I'm gonna start calling him Ezra.
Hell, we basically know him.
Ezra and Goose are now they got so many steps up for me for their previews of these courses, just because they were funny, and it seemed like they really don't give a fuck. Like they almost pushed a limit. They didn't say anything too bad, but they had fun, and there was some shit that they probably could have cut out.
Some
that
risque
might be
jokes.
Yeah, it might be a little controversial, and they're like, no, fuck it, we're leaving it in.
Yeah, leave it in. This is
like
America.
when they were on hole 13. Ezra was talking about guys not being able to find the basket. Of course, at 13 looks like a vag, and the basket's like the clit, and blah, blah, blah. But he was just so funny because he even said, he's like, man, we don't ever grow up. We're just like 13-year-olds. And he was just like, and I was like, fuck yes.
And they high-five.
I'm supporting Ezra and Goose now. I might buy both their jerseys.
You should.
I'm dead serious. If they're going to pull fucking eating pussy jokes out during their fucking preview because their hole looks like a vag, dude, I'm fucking supporting them.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
That's all it took.
I don't care how well they perform.
I mean, I've always liked the way he has looked. I've always been attracted.
Sure.
Goose, not so much. He's got that crazy eyebrow. Looks like the bad boy emblem.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, it really does. It looks like the no fear eyes.
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah. No fear. That's what it was. Not bad boy. No fear. Yeah. I was thinking. I knew it was one of them old UFC shirts. It definitely was no fear. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I never put that together.
Yeah, but I'm buying their jerseys.
Yeah. That's all it took.
Juice
Was
has
one
got a
pussy
pretty
joke.
Yeah, one pussy joke. Yeah, that's all
Like,
it
I'm
took,
in.
dude. Yeah, fuck them. I mean, if they're gonna leave that shit in and have fun
Yeah.
and make me laugh,
Yeah.
I'm not watching anybody else's previews and laughing like
Yeah.
I did when I was listening to them.
Sure. Fuck Simon Lizotte.
Nah, I still love Simon, but he's not making pussy eating jokes.
He's not.
He should.
He really should.
I mean, we all know Germans love to eat pussy.
That's like the big stereotype for Germans.
Yeah.
They're known for two different things.
Eating pussy and one really bad.
Well, one really bad thing and eating pussy. But yeah, and also confirms that Ezra definitely pussy hound.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the confirmation we needed. Not that it mattered, because I was kind of hoping that he was gay.
Really?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess he is pretty.
Yeah.
But no, he's definitely.
Like, damn, why you got to make it weird?
Yeah, don't make me not like him again. Just kidding.
But yeah, so most people go over the layout, how they're gonna be playing it though, with like the A pool, B pool.
Okay, yeah. Both MPO and FPO will be split in half by ratings, and then on Wednesday, Pool A and Pool C, which will be the higher rated players, will play New London, and the lower rated players will play Ivy, and then they'll switch.
This is female and men.
Both, yes. FPO and MPO. And the first 2 days go by rating. So they'll split them right in half. They'll play each course once. And then after Thursday, they'll have a re-pulling. And it'll go by score. So your top half of scores will be Pool A. Your lower half will be Pool B. Top half Pool C. Lower score Pool D.
Okay.
And then they'll play both courses again, and then there'll be a cut, and then they'll finish at Ivy.
Okay.
For Championship Sunday.
Okay, yeah. Good call too with that. I like the idea of them playing Ivy for the last round or two
for
rounds
sure.
for some.
Yeah, for sure. It's
for anyone in contention to win will both play Ivy, right?
Yeah, spectating way better, and it looks like an amazing course. 16, 17, 18 look like really fucking cool finishing holes. Like this is gonna be epic.
Now
I really think it will be.
Now, how close is Ivy to New London?
I have no idea.
Because I just now realized that if I come up there Saturday and Sunday, I'm only gonna get to see Ivy.
No. I mean, you could go watch the lower
cool
pool. Go play New London. But I mean, if you're gonna be coming up and getting general admission tickets, you're not gonna want to go to New London anyway. You're not gonna be able to see shit. So
fair.
Yeah, you'll be. That's what I would want to do if I was you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're coming up, if you're deciding to leave and you're just getting GA tickets, I wouldn't even. Maybe I'm wrong, but
don't even buy them.
I wouldn't even think about going to New London. Like, I don't think the viewing is going to be very good.
Yeah.
Unless you have VIP and can follow cards and get behind the ropes or whatever.
Unless you have a lanyard.
Unless you got a lanyard, yeah. Sometimes you don't need a lanyard. Sometimes you can just do whatever the fuck you want to
at these
tournaments.
Events. Yeah, we noticed that at Music City is you could only a few times with somebody checking for the correct colored lanyard. Other times, like, you can just walk right behind them and blend in. And it's not a big deal. These are all volunteers. They're all high and fuck it. No.
I think it might be a little tighter since it's Worlds, but I still think you could probably get away with it. But still, I think that I think Ivy's gonna. It's just gonna be a really good, fun watch. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna be able to see these guys absolutely launching them down these hills. Crazy distances, 500-600 foot, and it's just going to be great. It really is. It's going to be fun.
Hope I can make it.
Yeah,
but if not, I will be watching.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're going to see it regardless, but I hope you're there.
I'm gonna try to be.
It's going to be a fun. I think it's going to be a really good Worlds, and I guess we'll get to see these courses again together next year at the DGPT Championship.
Okay.
Because they they released the schedule of the
should have studied that
season, and it's the championship is moving from Charlotte to Lynchburg. So I'm assuming these will be the courses that they'll play.
Dang, kind of a bummer they're moving from Charlotte.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it, but I mean,
it's like huge community for disc golf out there.
Oh, it's monstrous. Yeah, maybe one of the bigger. I mean, if not Austin or
Yeah,
Charlotte, probably are the two biggest communities, I would think.
sure.
But yeah, I'd say some people are upset about that. They're not going to play Nevin.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, who knows? This might be better.
Now I was wanting to ask you too about the no cell phones that they had announced at New London. Is this just New London that they were like, "Hey, keep your cell phones out of
Yeah,
the
I guess that they have this shit fucking
shit service"?
service.
So
Yeah.
like, don't use up our bandwidth or
Yeah.
whatever. Don't use up our service.
Yeah, it's crazy. They'd have been way better off, I think, if they'd just been like, "Hey, put your phones on airplane mode." Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not leaving. I'll leave my phone off.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one of those people that records a lot of shit or takes a shit ton of
Right.
pictures. I mean, if I run into somebody or something, hey, let me get a picture of you or whatever, you know. But I'm not the cell phone guy. But I'm not leaving my phone in the car. I'm not.
It'd be so wild to expect anybody to not bring their cell
They're
phone.
they're not
'cause
going
There's
to.
no way.
What are they gonna do? Turn people away? I mean,
Right.
I mean,
Check you for phone, dude. Contraband is a cell phone.
yeah.
That'd be fucked up.
I mean,
They let the guy go through with weed. They're like, but you got to leave the phone in the car.
I just don't see them being able to, like, expect people to not bring their cell phones.
No.
I mean, like I
I don't
said,
see how-
I don't have a problem with leaving mine off. And then
Yeah.
I'll walk to my car and turn it on and make sure I don't have any emergencies or something
Right,
like
right.
that. But I'm not leaving my cell phone in my fucking car. I'm just not.
And like I said, unless they're turning people away at like check-in. Did they say they were going to do that?
I don't know. What if somebody ride shares? I might ride share from our Airbnb
Yeah.
to the course. Am I supposed to leave it at my fucking Uber? I mean,
I don't-
what the
yeah.
fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm not going to leave it 20 miles away at my Airbnb. I
Yeah.
mean, people do have families and
For sure.
emergencies. I mean,
Dude, we're connected. We're connected
Yeah.
nowadays. You can't just give us that and then take it away.
yeah. I mean, it just this.
I mean, you're allowed to bring your cell phone into a Tool concert.
Yeah.
You just can't have it out.
Who's Nate? I think he is fucking Maynard.
Yeah. He's not God.
He's not Maynard.
You
So
can't just enforce that.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a problem with turning it off. But I think they'd be more likely to get people to do it if they just said, "Hey, just make sure your shit's on airplane mode."
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe they just made that just to kind of be like, we'll see how many people will get with it. And then, we'll have a better possibility.
I'm
of
gonna
having
be
better
shocked if I
service.
walk there with my phone off and they're like, "No, you gotta take it back to your car." I'm gonna be like, "You
dude.
fucking kidding me?"
This thing is glued. What if I have to shit?
yeah,
What am I gonna do?
yeah. What if I gotta play a game? I can't drop turds without my phone.
Yeah. What are you, crazy?
When's the last time you tried to shit without a phone? It's completely uncomfortable.
It's impossible.
I've
I
done
can't
it.
get it out.
I've done it. It's so uncomfortable trying to drop a turd.
You don't know if it's
And-
10 minutes or 10 years.
I can't even play my Discal or whatever it is I've been
Discal?
playing. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Wordle.
you sent me that. I haven't played it yet.
It's
What's
so
it all about?
fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never played Wordle.
I haven't either.
I'm stupid.
But I fucking jumped all over Discal.
Who makes it?
I have no Discal.com. I have no idea.
The good folks over at Discal?
Yeah.
Discal or Discal?
Discal, I think.
Okay.
It's like Wordle, but Discal.
All right.
You get you pick a disc and then you gotta figure out what disc it is. You got 6 guesses and you got some hints. You got like an amount of hints. I had to use a hint today. But you pick a disc, you gotta figure out the manufacturer. We gotta figure out the disc.
Yeah.
But it'll tell you hints by if you get your manufacturer right, speed, glide, turn, fade. And so you start, with whatever, and it'll tell you if you get any of them right. And you got to figure out what the disc is. It's fun.
Okay. I'm gonna have to
Definitely
check
fun.
it out.
Yeah.
This week's episode sponsored by Discal.
I wish they would because I'm loving it. I'm posting about it. I mean, I have fun every
You're
day
trying.
doing it.
You're trying your best.
I mean, I don't give a fuck if they sponsor us or not. I like. I went and looked into my disc rack yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a hard one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I knew the manufacturer, and I couldn't figure out what so I went in and broke out my little section of latitude and was flipping through there and figured out what the fuck it was. It was a spike.
You cheated.
I don't think that's cheating.
Okay.
Looking at frisbees is not cheating. Looking them up online is cheating.
Yeah.
I think that's cheating.
That'd be a bold face.
See, that's the
Cheat.
thing is if you can figure out the manufacturer. See, I've got a little strategy. I hate to give it away, but I'll give it away.
Let's hear it.
I start in the middle. So I'm going to start with one of the big named mid ranges, right? A Hex, a Rock, a
MD1.
Buzz, something like that, and then you can work from there because it's pretty much in the middle of everything because it's going to be except for Glide,
Right.
you know. So you're going to be 5/5 -1/1 on pretty much any of those,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So you're kind of in the middle of speeds. Your Glide's a little high, but Glide is different because Glides only go to 6.
Yeah.
Or if it's a 7, then you know what the fuck.
You know
It's
it's a
very narrows
fairway.
it way down, yeah. But and then you're -1/1, so you're right in the middle of that too. So
Okay.
that's my strategy. Start in the middle and then work my way. And if you get lucky and find out the manufacturer by picking one of them, but you can eliminate too. So if it's not, or if you don't get it, if you guess Rock, and Innova is not the manufacturer, you know it only has like 6 manufacturers. It does Discraft, Innova, Latitude, Dynamic, MVP, Axiom, and Castoplast. 7
Fuck
manufacturers.
you, Prodigy.
Yeah, Prodigy's not on there.
Okay.
That would suck guessing MD Fun or whatever,
for sure.
whatever
Yeah.
the fuck they are.
Yeah. A2. I was gonna ask you a fucking question about it too. Oh, do you like play other people? Like you send the thing to people and
No,
okay.
it's just
so it's just a personal.
Yeah, you just try to figure out what the disc is.
Okay, not competitive.
No, I mean it's competitive. There's a scoreboard.
Right. Whoever
Yeah.
has the highest
How
score.
many guesses you get it in?
Yeah.
If you have to use a hint, I had to use a hint today.
Really?
Yeah,
How
I'm
many hints do
I'm
you-
not gonna say what it is because there's probably
Okay.
people cheat, But the hints will the hint today gave me the manufacturer, and then it made it simple.
Right.
Like as soon as I got the manufacturer, I knew
I was like,
exactly what it
okay.
was.
I gotta check this game out.
It's definitely fun. Discal.
That's what.
Just check our Twitter or our Facebook, either one, because every day I've been posting my shit and it's got a link. So
Yeah. I'm liking all the games and stuff that disc golf's coming out with. So it definitely helped get people into it. That maybe not necessarily to
No.
get people into the sport, but
you gotta kind of know your frisbees on this,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
if you
This
try
is
to
for the
really
real nerds.
if you really try to do it without cheating and looking up flight charts and shit like that, which that's what I'm trying to do. It's for definite plastic nerds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's funny because like the other day it was an Explorer and I guess T-Bird. Well, Explorer, T-Bird. It's all the same.
Sure.
And everybody's got their own T-Bird, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So as soon as I got the numbers from guessing T-Bird, I just had to go down the list of everybody's T-Birds.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
finally got to Explorer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's a fun little shit. It's what you do when you're taking a shit.
Exactly.
It's a shit break.
Yes.
Is what it is.
Discal's perfect for that.
Yeah. I won't be playing it at Worlds, I don't guess.
Okay, yeah.
Or not at New London
Nate
anymore.
Heinold says fuck Discal.
Yeah. He's not a fan of
You've heard it here
Discal.
first. Yeah. He is not a fan of Discal. Yeah, like I said, I don't think that's going to be an easy one to regulate, though. I don't
It's
know how
not.
you're going to
It
enforce
can't be.
that.
It can't be, right? I mean, there's going to be people. There's a person I'm going with that is in the medical field. He has to have a fucking phone. He gets calls about surgeries, and I mean, he has to be connected. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way he's not going to be. He has to
Yeah.
be. And he's not.
Plus-
he's not gonna not be.
Plus,
I mean,
super lame excuse if he goes back to the phone and he has to call back a number and be like, "I'm so sorry, I'm at a
He
disc
just
golf
passed
tournament
away."
and they won't let me use." Yeah, he's leaving messages. Oh fuck.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. And to me, and I made a post about this, but they created an app for Worlds.
Yeah,
They spent money and created an app that we're only gonna be able to use, part of the time. Almost half of the time. Because you might have somebody that doesn't make the top cut and they got to play, you're going to go watch somebody you want to watch, what I
Yeah.
mean? Those people won't even be able to use the app much at all, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, that is interesting. Why make the app if we're not going to get to use it? How does it navigate? Is it pretty
the app,
legit? The app? Have you checked it
yeah,
out?
it seems to be pretty cool. It's got fantasy and some other stuff. I hope once it kicks off, it'll have maps and everything else. I think it will. I think it's cool. It has all the listings for times of when everything's happening, and I set it where it sends you messages, and So it just keep you up to date. You know what I mean? Just what did you get out of the whole Chandler Kramer? Like,
So, once again, all hearsay. But what it looks like happened is they let him go, and what was it? They wanted the van back,
yeah,
and he said that his words that they basically left him stranded, or were going to leave him stranded if he didn't just immediately take the van back. And then he ended up riding back with Robert Burge with the van, correct?
no, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Oh, well, goddamn.
No, I think I'm pretty sure that he was trying to ride with Burge back. He said, "Well, Burge volunteered to take the van back to Lone Star," and he was like, "Well, listen, I'll just ride with you, and you can drop me off at my parents because I'm pretty sure his parents are in Waco."
Yes.
And then I guess they decided that he shouldn't ride back with Burge because I guess maybe he wasn't on the team. That seems a little butthurt to me. That seems kind of shitty. That, I mean, even if he was just drop him off. I mean, it's over. The business part's over. But so he ended up taking all his stuff out of the van, putting it at a relative's house around the Kentucky area, and then caught a plane and flew back to his parents or back to Waco. And then he got a van and then drove all the way back, got his shit, and then headed to Worlds.
Okay. So, according to Sheldon Jefferson, events and team coordinator with Lone Star Disc, he wrote a response somewhere. I don't remember where I read this, either Reddit or Facebook. Said Patrick, Chandler is spinning the story just a little bit. Some of the timeline is accurate, but to say that he was stranded is an exaggeration. To say that he was stranded is an exaggeration at best, and honestly a lie. Ooh, bold. He offered that he could bring the van back, and he said that he didn't feel like we were owed that, so Robert Burge had to go out of his way, bring back the van that Chandler had been using for months as a mixed bag player. Hopefully that helps paint us in a better light. It's a lot of... I do know this. Between Prodigy and Lone Star and the people like speaking out against these people's claims of this or that, it is a lot of like handling it in such a, like how just a regular dude would handle it. It's not super professional, seemingly.
Yeah.
It's very like, especially like I said, on Facebook comments and, disc golf scene comments where they're just trying to cover their ass in whatever way they can because they know that like as soon as news about this gets out, like people are blowing these companies up. They're like, fuck Lone Star, fuck Prodigy.
I did
for sure.
Immediately.
For sure, yeah. Like, hell yeah.
Like, as soon as I read it, I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Fuck Lone Star.
Yeah.
For leaving him stranded.
Fuck the whole state of Texas now.
Yeah, I mean, it's... First off, I'm sure Lone Star is not the worst company in the world. They're not building ammunition to kill children in other countries. So there's companies that do that. You know what I mean? But I never have thought the way that, and some people like it. So this is my opinion. The whole Team Lone Star shit. Everybody.
The Ranger team?
The Ranger team, yes. Everybody, if you step back and look at it, they were making people buy their Frisbees to be part of a team. And that's fine. Some people really like the thought, and I was probably at like this point at one time. Like, they like the thought of being on a team.
Yeah.
Being part of something, like, to be able to say...
I can tell you that they definitely did because so many people had Facebook profile pictures of them with the banner and the Lone Star shirt on because they want to be... They're just
they want to be able to say, I'm sponsored.
Sure.
I
they're obligated from Lone Star to make those posts.
Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure. And
that was an issue with Chandler, supposedly Chandler Kramer, is he wasn't doing his due diligence and posting about Lone Star. But sorry.
But, I mean, this... People, I guess they want to be able to say I'm sponsored. Like, that's something that they can hang their coat on. But it just seems that, I don't know. Like, that seemed like it was dirty. They made people throw their Frisbees that they got a discount. They got a free disc once a year or whatever. But if you're making people buy 20, 30 discs a year,
Yeah.
or to be part of the team, and then making them, I don't know.
And it's
It
not a
just
ton-
seemed dirty to me. I don't know.
Well, it just didn't seem like a lot in return for the player.
And first off, let me. I just said making them. Lone Star didn't make them motherfuckers. Not
Sure,
a single
yes.
person do it. They chose to do it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not Lone Star. Maybe it's the fucking idiots that want to be able to say they're fucking sponsored.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's coming from somebody that's been throwing a whole bag of gyro just to see if I could get my rating to go up or down so I could talk about it on this podcast that we never even fucking talk about.
Right.
And I did that for months, and
Yeah.
I didn't even get to say I was sponsored.
Yeah.
So I was just doing it for the fucking podcast, and we still had never even fucking talked about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's I don't know. It's not dirty. It's good business, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I
they
mean,
do seem like they do some dirty stuff. Josh Hofstra, now with Dropship and Meridian Discs, he was at Lone Star. Everybody knows these stories. I think it listens. He got shit canned or he quit. I can't remember. He come out and said that Chandler Kramer said the only reason he went back to Lone Star was so he could have that van. He needed the van. He needed transportation.
Yeah. Bold thing to say, by the way. Did
Yeah.
you say this afterwards?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
They at the beginning, when all the shit where he left Lone Star and went back to Lone Star and all that stuff, I don't know if you remember. There was a second there where he signed with Dropship and Meridian.
Yes.
Or maybe just Dropship. Maybe not Meridian at that point. I'm not sure if Meridian
For
was
sure,
out yet.
Dropship, I remember.
For sure, Dropship. Supposedly, the people at Lone Star offered him the van just to keep.
I'll read this right
Okay.
here. Josh Hofstra commented on someone's post. He didn't quit. I was told to fire him and several others before I left myself. He was only brought back to LSD to get him away from Dropship/Meridian. He was told, in quotations, I don't care if you bag a single LSD mold. I just don't want their logos on your shirt. He was lucky he was weaponized. Or he wasn't lucky. He was weaponized against his friend.
Yeah.
Josh Hofstra's words.
Yeah, and that's shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Also shitty. You know what? For some reason, I believe Josh Hofstra.
I do too.
You know?
I want to.
And it's not just he's not just like an ex-employee. It feels like it's legit.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's been a lot of shady stuff come out of the Lone Star camp that we've always heard of, especially like how they run tournaments and how their dealings with tournament directors and just the shady business in that regard. So, you know what? I'll say it too. Fuck Lone Star.
Business is dirty. Business in any hand is dirty. I mean, if you can run a business and not really fuck anybody and stay in a positive light, they're few and far between, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Business is definitely dirty. Maybe
Even
Chandler,
Goodwill sucks.
yeah, seriously. But like, even maybe Chandler Kramer wasn't making all the posts. Maybe, I don't know, man. I mean, we'll never know. It's all going to be in and out. But the fact that they couldn't have waited, or they wouldn't let him. If it's true that they wouldn't even let him ride back with Robert Burge to his parents' house, that way he didn't have to dump his shit out.
Right.
And then barely, catch a ride with somebody else to an airport to barely make a plane. If all that's true, then, fuck Lone Star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can get behind that.
I don't know. It's not like Lone Star's ever going to do anything for us, so fuck them anyway.
until they
Their glow is pretty good, though.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, their glow is pretty good.
I will say I have seen, and we've talked about it on the show how their plastic is nice.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, the very few molds that we've thrown, I know we've reviewed a couple of their discs.
Yeah,
at least one of them.
I used to bag a couple. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
Padillo,
still
brother.
Guadalupe's still a good fucking frisbee, regardless if they're assholes or not.
Yeah.
It's a good frisbee.
But don't cancel us for supporting them. We didn't know all this stuff about them back then.
Yeah, we didn't know they were stranded motherfuckers.
Yeah, we didn't
What
know.
hurts me the most is that it seems like they're trying to drive a wedge in between my boys Robert Burge and Chandler Kramer.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wonder how their relationship is, if it's a little shaky or not. Because
I don't
I did
know.
notice after all of this Lone Star shit, Robert Burge was just like, boy, do I sure love bagging Lone Star discs. Lone Star discs are the best discs in the world. I mean, you know what I mean? He was like making posts about it. Like, it's like, what's going on with Lone Star over there, Chandler? And Robert, and he's like, I don't know, but boy, these discs sure do fly very well. Lone Star discs may be the best in the country.
Well, somebody also released an email. I don't know where people are getting these emails at, but they're releasing them from that same guy, the team coordinator or whatever, and he was like, "Hey, this is and I'm completely paraphrasing. Hey, this is a tough time. We had to do what we did, but let's just make sure we get out there and let everybody know that we enjoy playing using Lone Star. It's good quality plastic.
Yeah.
It's fucking consistent. Just
yeah.
whatever. They really don't have that many pros left. So
No.
it's just a matter of time before they're completely out of the pro game.
Maybe.
Who do they have left? Nico and Burridge and.
Few.
Who else? The fucking
Is Emily Weatherman with them? Or
no, she's open. But
My bad.
she'll definitely. I hope it. Just for a simple fact that I like MVP, I hope she signs with MVP.
Yeah,
I think that would be a good fit for her. She's a up and comer for
and if
sure.
Robert
She'll
Burridge,
definitely have a team next year.
And if Robert Burridge is trying to get Emily to go to Lone Star Disc, that's a toxic relationship.
Yeah, for sure is.
Him.
You shouldn't bring your partner. Is that the correct way of saying it?
Good.
I was going to say old lady, but I don't think people. This ain't a biker. This ain't a bunch of bikers.
Yeah. If you subject your bitch to that kind of punishment,
yeah, you don't take a loved one on a boat that is fucking sinking.
Right. And just because we're not dumb. We've known like this past 8 months or so that disc sales are going down.
Oh, for sure.
They've plateaued at least. The boom isn't what it was a couple of years ago. So Lone Star Disc not being a super big company.
And then doing dirty business is not. Once again, Daniel Bacon. This disc golf's a small town.
Yeah,
it's a small city. You can't get away with shit. I won't buy anymore.
Yeah,
and I don't even know what they did real. I don't even know if anybody's still a truth.
But it all seems filthy.
Yeah, I'm still not buying anymore.
No, I don't know if Michael Jackson did what he did, but I don't listen to his fucking music just on principle.
Yeah, shit.
I know. I still listen.
Yeah, I still listen to R. Kelly, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too
too much.
Well, it's just too current.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
He was doing that shit in just a few years ago. Yeah, Bump and Grind's pretty solid. I do like that song.
Yeah.
Fucking Space Jam song.
No, but my body.
You're right.
Yeah, my body.
How can you listen to that? It's all sexual too, though.
Yeah. It makes me. Yeah. It's amazing. I work out to it.
Really?
Yeah. All the time.
All right. Well, I won't be supporting R. Kelly or Lone Star Disc. Go ahead and move along. Just real quick, maybe talk about the Prodigy thing.
Yeah, you're more versed on it than me. It is kind of a local thing, kind of. It's a North Georgia, Chattanooga area, but Prodigy's a worldwide company. But yeah, definitely jump on it. But you're gonna have to go. It's gonna be mostly you.
Oh, buddy, that sucks. I'm the information guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've gathered is basically just. Oh man, fuck! I hardly remember. A couple of these events that Matt Zolich is running down in North Georgia and the lower southern Tennessee area, Chattanooga area. What is this? The Star Series, Prodigy Star Series events. Yeah. Supposedly, somebody had commented on Disc Golf Scene that they had changed the payout to no payout for AMs, or it was like they changed it to like a players pack, like the final round of a tournament or something. Do you not remember any of that?
Well,
help me out, dude.
This is what I've got, and I've talked to a couple of people. I talked to Matt White, a couple of people that are in that scene.
I wish I wouldn't have brought it up now.
As somebody, another guy, he asked me not to say his name, but he says, from what I gathered, it wasn't as bad. I think the guy that posted all this shit on YouTube was really this one clicks, and he got them, and it blew up. And I think the guy that was posting everything on the Reddit also might have been a little butthurt, or he probably had a reason to be mad, but I think he took it a little too far, and it just blew up. But supposedly there was some things changed after people signed up.
Yes,
they signed up for this series, and I think the year before they had payout on all the AM series or the AM events, and from what I understand, it was, and this happens here too. There's been people caught doing this here, and I can't justify it. I think if you're a TD and you're asking people to pay the good money that it costs to play in tournaments, that you should not just copy paste shit from the year before
right
into your event description. But it happens.
Yeah.
We know it happens. It happens everywhere, I believe. That's just laziness.
Yeah.
And I'm not okaying it, but I think that's what it all came down to is like the year before, like you were just speaking, you know, we had a bump where everybody was selling, all the companies were fucking doing great. I guess he had a bigger allowance to run that, and they were having a little bit of AM payout.
Yeah.
And then he copy pasted it for the next year. Guess he didn't catch it until like after either right before the tournament started or after the tournament actually had started, and then they changed it.
They changed it during or something.
Yeah, actually during the tournament, and
someone
definitely
called them out
seemed
for it.
shady.
Yeah, and someone called them out for it. But one thing that stood out to me is mostly just once again the people that represent these companies like commenting back to these folks in like condescending ways. In Prodigy's case, it being Will Schustrick.
Yeah, he didn't.
Knoxville's own.
He did not look good in this situation.
No, and Matt Zolich a little bit, but I mean, it just once again boils down to, man, people already shit on Prodigy so much. You got to save face. You got to, you know what I mean? And especially right now in these perilous times for disc golf. I'm making it sound way worse than it is. But like, I don't know. Maybe try to handle it a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I'd always heard that Will Schustrick was a douche. Anyway,
well, I've had personal experiences with both those guys.
Okay.
Solich and Will Schustrick. Just met Schustrick twice.
Okay.
Just, you know, barely. And the TD, he went out of his way. We played a tournament of his, and you were there, I think. But I had a crushing headache, like absolutely crushing headache, and he went out of his way to find me Advil. He like left and like went and got me some Advil from his car or wherever. Regardless, he went out of his way.
Right.
To me, something like that.
It's pretty
Sticks
pretty
out.
chill.
Yeah, that's cool. I appreciate it. I was hurting. Like I don't even know if I would have been able to play it around. I was like bad headache.
Yeah. I would have gotten you Tylenol.
Yeah, well, he got me something. I don't know what he got me. You didn't have any. You were there. I asked you. So don't be acting like you'd have done shit. You were over there practicing your goddamn putt while this motherfucker was getting me Tylenol. You were worried about your rating. But, yeah, so he's all good in my eyes. Whatever. Shouldn't have copy pasted. That's fucking lazy.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that. Like, but it happens. I mean, it happens in Knoxville. There's the group in Knoxville that's been called out for doing the same exact fucking thing.
Right.
And, you know, Schustrick, I met him one time. He was cool as fuck.
Basically, if you do make the mistake like that, the best thing to do is try to handle it gracefully.
Yeah, just own up to it and fucking be like, my bad. I'm sorry. I don't have the money to pay out. Like, by rules, by the PDGA rules, their players pack has to equal the amount that they paid in minus the fees.
Yeah.
And they did that. Their players pack, it covered it. So there didn't have to be a payout. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yes, he should have fucking redid the description. Definitely shouldn't have changed it in the middle of the tournament or whatever. I've read two different stories, so I don't know which one's real.
All hearsay, just social media comments.
Yeah.
Thanks for saving that, by the way. You're like, you handle this, man. You got all the information, and then you had way more information than I could remember.
Well, I watched that video. I watched most of that video. It was like goddamn 20 minutes long, and the dude just kept on saying, and I can't remember even the guy's name that put the YouTube video out. But he kept on saying, well, I already got he already didn't like Prodigy. Like, he kept admitting that he had something against Prodigy.
Yeah.
So, to me, that was a fucking red flag right there. Like, oh, this motherfucker's trying to bash him in the ground already. You know what I mean? So.
This guy's video, and I'm trying to find the video so we could.
Yeah, don't plug him.
Oh, okay. Well, his video did seem very biased. It
was
like because he's already going into it, being like, well, their discs are incredibly mid or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, he already
like 22 or whatever.
he already had an opinion about him. So
sure. And
like I said, Schustrick, whatever. You know,
Don't be a lone
I met
star
him.
guy.
I met him once. He was cool. I met him the second time. He was busy. I'll just say that.
And when a man's busy, sometimes he might call you a piece of shit asshole. Leave me alone.
Yeah, he might say something like that. Yeah.
No.
But that's all I've got on that for sure. Like Prodigy discs suck.
There you
Sorry.
go. I mean, I like a PA3 and A2, but that's it though.
That new what's that new recycled shit that they got?
I don't know if I can
Reblend.
Reblend is exactly what it is.
Yeah, there's a rumor that reblend is made completely out of flashing that they've cut off their older molds.
That's not real.
It's true.
Really? Yeah. There's just so much of it.
There's so much fucking flashing.
Yeah, no
they just
shit.
like, fuck, we got to do something with all that.
Yeah. Just guys, and also we didn't preface this with saying shout out to tournament directors
Yeah,
all around that are putting,
a lot of work.
even the ones that are kind of shitty. Let's be honest. Like for me personally, I like a good players pack. I like the payout, but you know, I talk about the numbers all the time. I'm much more of a ratings guy. It's just like a personal achievement for myself. So that's really what I'm more focused on. But you know, those guys go out there and they do a lot.
There's a lot of work.
It's a lot of fucking work and for no money. Like they're not getting
none.
much, you know.
Pretty much most of them are just trying to grow the sport, do the sport a solid.
So it's easy to talk shit about those folks or like
Really
complain about you know, their shortcomings, but at the end of the day, like, and also like when people pay money, like when you play with their money, you know, like tensions
fuck
get
with my
high.
money, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
tensions get high.
That's one thing that I fucking live by. I don't care if it's $5
Yeah,
or $500, man. Don't fuck with my money.
Yeah.
If I give you $5 and don't expect nothing back, then that's fine.
I will say,
But if I pay for something and then don't get what I fucking pay for, you're fucking with my money, dude. And I don't like that. I've never liked that. I was raised not to like that.
sure, humble beginnings, man.
Yes, I didn't have a motherfucking thing when I grew up.
Fair.
$25 is a lot. Still is.
Yeah.
That's that's a lot of money.
Oh, for sure.
Don't fuck with my money, everybody out there. I'm telling you, I don't care if it's $25 or fucking $500. Don't fuck with my money.
Dude, I won't.
Okay.
I won't fuck with the money.
Let's make sure.
I never
knows.
have. I've always known your stance on that, and I've respected it. So I've never. And I'm a thief.
I can.
So it's been really hard for me to.
I can
not rob
turn
you
this
blind.
good guy thing right off and become the redneck bastard that I fucking really am when it comes to money.
It's true. I have seen him beat the shit, dangle somebody from their ankles over a building.
Yeah.
Get straight up mafia.
Yep.
It's pretty wild. I will say that with the company, you know, like you're seeing, and they happen right around the same time. Chandler getting fired from
Lone
Star, and then the shit with Prodigy. I bet the way that it was handled, I don't think that would have happened if this would have been a thing from Innova or like a Discraft. I don't think it definitely been handled in that fashion anyways. Maybe not.
No.
So I don't know what that says about these companies, but I do know that for these companies not being on the same level as an Innova or Discraft or MVP, like tread lightly. You know, you might want to do better.
Yeah.
Because once again, with the state of disc golf where it's at, and people
All-
already saying "fuck you, Lone Star."
Yeah. I mean, all it took was me. I mean, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about some other person. I'm talking about me. All it took was me seeing Chandler Kramer's fucking Instagram post. And I was immediately like, no,
I'm on his side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it took. And I'm still on his side.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck. I've always got Chandler's back.
For sure. Ironically, though, anytime you see any allegations about a guy being a rapist or something, you're first one to victim blame.
What was she wearing though, dude?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't wear stuff
What
like
was
that.
Chandler wearing?
Yeah, what was Chandler
I'm an
wearing?
apologist for Lone Star. I'm kind of thinking maybe Chandler's just a fucking green-haired creep. I don't know this fucking dude. What did he do?
He should have learned a goddamn backhand. That's all they wanted, dude.
Yeah, sounds to me like they gave him. Sounds to me like they gave him a nice van to use because they're very generous people over there.
Just to keep Hofstra's name off his fucking
Off
belly.
his back. Yeah, yeah,
I think we blame Hofstra, dude, to be honest.
yeah. Probably drop ship.
Drop ship, yeah. Drop Kramer off at the fucking airport and get him the fuck out of there.
All right, we'll move on from that. I do want to cover real fast
real fast.
Real
No, I'm just
fast.
joking.
Yeah, I'll hurry it up. I went last week. We didn't get to do a podcast last week because I was in Cleveland, Ohio. Me and some buddies went up. They're big baseball fans. They like watching the Cubs play. So years past, we would go watch the Cubs at Wrigley Field. This year, they wanted to go to a different state. So they chose Cleveland, Ohio.
I mean, why not Ohio?
Why not Cleveland, Ohio?
I want to go somewhere. I want to go to a different state. Let's go to fucking Ohio.
Which is just a smellier Knoxville. Now, Cleveland, Ohio, it was fine. I mean, there wasn't a ton of places to eat. Not great for disc golf. I will say I did play. I snuck away with a couple of the guys that went on the trip with me, and we went and played a course in Parma, Ohio, just south of Cleveland. And a course called Veterans Memorial Park. Had a 4.3 on new discs. Only course I played there, and it was fucking great. I only played 9 holes. Small wooded course. The only thing I will say about it is the navigation from hole to hole was a little whack. In fact, from hole 8 to 9, I didn't really know where hole 9 was. So I saw the only 2 other people that was playing at the course. And I waved them down. I'm like, hey, just trying to get them to ask where hole 9 was. And one of the guys turned around. I'm running up to them. I make it a point to, because I'm like, oh, disc golfers are all approachable. So I'm going to run to this guy, ask him where the hole is. Walk up to him. He turns around and has a fucking courtesy violation shirt on.
Yeah.
Now, there's only 7 of those shirts sold. I'll just say the number. I don't give a shit. There's only 7 of those sold. And when I saw it, I just smiled. I'm like, holy shit. Great shirt. And he's like, thanks. And I was like, that's my podcast. Yeah. He's like, really? And I was so stoked and just blown away that the only other disc golfer that happened to be in Parma, Ohio at that course on that day wearing that shirt. I was so blown away by that I didn't even get the name. But thankfully, like I said, only 7 people had purchased a shirt. So you found out who it was, tracked the person down. Shout out to Brandon Richards.
Yes.
That was fucking sick.
I'm telling you, dude, he's been a day one. He's
has.
been listening
And I knew that
forever. Dude.
I knew that as soon as I saw his Twitter account, which I ended up contacting him on Twitter. And I was like, hey, man, I just wanted to get your name because I realized I didn't get it. And it was cool. It was really cool.
It's
the
absurd.
fucking odds.
It's absurd.
I mean, he wasn't wearing an Upshot shirt or whatever. I don't know if they have shirts. He wasn't wearing a Brody's podcast shirt. Unbelievable. A courtesy violation, and he just happened to be.
Dude, we're taking over, brother.
Dude, it's worldwide.
It's worldwide.
Worldwide. So shout out to Brandon Richards.
Hell
I
yeah.
meant to post that picture. I will after this podcast, but we got I had to get a picture. I was like, this is fucking weird.
That's absurd. It's the chances of that happening is just fucking. It's insane.
I went to the casino later that night, lost $7,000. So I don't know.
You used all your luck up on meeting Brandon Richards.
Life makes no sense. It's chaos. No, it's just whatever. There's no God. I don't know.
It's fucking wild.
But yeah, wrap it up with picks.
Yeah, let's do picks.
Okay, picks for Worlds.
Okay, let's run through the last 5 winners. I remember I was reading them. It's Paige Shue, 2018.
Yes.
Paige Pierce, 2019. Katrina Allen, 2020. That's I knew it whenever I read Evelina. I was like, that can't be fucking. Evelina got second that year. And then Kristen Tatar and Kristen Tatar.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and. Might be crazy. Kristen Tatar.
Yeah.
But to be fun, that'll be my actual pick. But wild horse pick. Dark horse, wild card. I just kind of mix those together. I'm going to go with Owen Scoggins.
Ain't no fucking way she can win it. Goddamn.
Not on those
Not
holes.
on
Not
Ivy.
on those long ass holes.
Nope. Unless she gets a huge lead.
All right, well then you know what? I'm sticking with Owen. I was gonna say.
I mean, hell, you
I was
can't
gonna
never
say
count her out. To be
I was gonna
honest.
say Evelyn. Yeah, maybe she'll drain a bunch of 90-footers.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna pick Kristen too.
Yeah, you're
And then
stupid not to.
Holland Hanley.
Oh yeah, of course. It really should have been Missy Gannon or Holland Hanley.
Yeah, I want to say Missy, but I'm
can
gonna go
only really be
Holland
a
just
few.
because she's got a little bit more distance. I think.
Notable though, like a top 3, Emily Weatherman. maybe up there.
Yeah,
maybe
she
up
did.
there. I think
Yeah.
she's definitely capable.
Yeah, she's
How hot she's been playing
She's
the
been
last
playing
month or
ridiculous. And the MPO, we got
so. Oh, can I guess?
yeah,
Are we starting on 19?
2018.
2018, Greg Barsby.
Yep.
19 was Macbeth.
Yep.
20 was Conrad.
Yep.
Was that 20? 21 was Macbeth.
Yep.
22.
That should be easy. That was last year.
23 is last year. I'm off a year. What happened?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. 8
Yeah,
no? Yeah. There was no 2020.
Oh, okay. So 2021, James Conrad.
Yeah.
2022, Macbeth.
Yep.
2023 was Isaac.
Isaac Robinson. Yep.
Um.
That's what fucked me up too. There was no 2020.
That's not. I didn't even think about that. I forgot about COVID.
Yeah.
What's the big deal with that?
Yeah, I forgot all about COVID.
Yeah, I got it and it ruined my memory. I'm gonna go with. You think Isaac's gonna be able to pull it off again? He's been playing pretty hot the past couple ones.
I think he's
Because it feels
he's got a
lazy to go with
chance.
like, oh, Paul Macbeth, maybe, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is
would love to
lazy,
see
and that's
it.
going to be what everybody's pick. I mean, a lot of people are going to, since he did design New London, and I think he had a hand in designing Ivy too. But yeah, I'm not picking Paul. I can't, man. I mean, you got to go Gannon.
Okay.
I mean, he's the man's on fire.
Okay.
And then just for the dark horse, I'm gonna say Chris Dickerson. I don't know
was
how
about to say
dark he
Chris.
is. I don't know if that's. I don't know if you can consider
It'd
that
be
a
his
long
first world
shot,
title.
but I could see him playing.
That was
Playing well both these courses.
that was my last year's pick too. Was Barsby and Dickerson, I think.
Let me tell you something, and I'm not saying this because I'm on a big Ezra kick right now because he's funny.
Uh-oh.
But better watch him. He's been there for a couple of weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
He's been playing these courses. A lot of these people, like Goose, that was the first time he played either one of these courses. So, I mean,
No stranger to cutting it close at Worlds too.
yeah, it's
Goose.
I don't know. I that's gonna be. Of course, I'm a Dickerson homer, but
Yeah.
I will. I'm gonna take
Fanboy
Gannon,
pick.
and Gannon's an easy pick. The motherfucker just is
The best in the
so
world.
good.
He's the highest
just,
rated in the world.
He's just so fucking good. And then Chris, that's gonna be my two.
I like that. I'm gonna go. It's got to be different than yours, so I'm gonna say Ezra Robinson.
I like that.
Yeah. And not Gannon. Let's see here. Fuck it. It's time for AB.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad choice. Probably not a bad choice. I mean,
That's what I'll go with.
he can play courses different than anybody else.
But ultimately, Chris Dickerson. It'd be cool to see Paul. I'm just too much of a fan of the sport
yeah,
that it's hard for me to be like, oh no, this guy. It's like, I mean, I'd kind of like it if a lot of them won.
Yeah.
I just hope everyone has a good time out there.
yeah.
And honestly, whoever has the most fun
So
wins.
all right, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have no fun. You gotta win. They gotta make the money. They're pros.
They do.
But no, I get it. Like
I actually read somewhere recently where they were like, it must be easier to play. It must be easier to play good if you don't have to pay rent. Talking about Gannon Burr.
Yeah, them guys that signed them big contracts, they don't have as much
Less
on their
stress,
shoulders.
yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's only a few of them.
Yeah.
All right, love y'all guys, and we'll see you at Worlds. If you're at Worlds, one more thing. If you're at Worlds, I think Friday and Saturday probably. I'm gonna be doing some scavenger hunts, which will probably involve some people that we know. But I'm gonna give some disc away, and I'll have them on me. So, but we're gonna do a little collab with Tina, and so
Friend of
make
the
sure you're
podcast, Tina
following.
Discs.
Yeah, make sure you're following her on Instagram, and she'll post all the information. And we got a Tina disc stamped wizard that I'll have with me, and then got some ones that I've dyed We got a diamond, and I've done this 6-spin die
Oh,
on.
I haven't seen that one. That one's nice.
Which you can't see. I'm trying not to get the reflection. But yeah, this is a diamond. And then we got a watt with a woo.
Wu-Tang Watt.
So
That's the one right there.
they're going to be giving away. So make sure you're following us on Instagram. I'm going to do these through Instagram because it's easier to do it on that than it is Twitter or anywhere else. So make sure you follow us on Instagram. Hell, make sure you follow us everywhere.
Yeah.
We love y'all.
Love
and
you guys.
Have a great week. I hope I see you at Worlds. If you're there, come holler at me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the fat guy with the courtesy violation shirt on most of the time. All right. See you.
Peace.